Alright guys, I hope y'all are good. Circumstances this week have not been kind to me. So boy. There's just a lot going on. I'll get into that in a later posting, I'm sure. But there's a hell of a lot going on for me right now. And if you've had any interaction with me, um, this week or seen any of my Facebook postings, um, you know that my stress level is pretty much through the roof right now, and so I do apologize. I said I was gonna go like 5, 6 deep uh, with the Mikey Goes to the Movies, which is what I'm actually gonna record now. I lied. I'm actually gonna go 10 deep because again, I don't have time to do, you know, movies for or reviews for if you do two a video. I don't have time to do 5 videos right now. I just don't. Um, I wish I did. Trust me. It would make my life a little bit easier, but unfortunately I don't. So, what I'm going to do so that I don't shortchange anyone, since I've been promising these, is I'm going to do a video that goes 10 movies deep, and I'm basically going to give you movie title, a little bit about a movie, what did I like it or not, and the rating, and move on. So that this is not going on for half an hour or 40 minutes or so. I realize at this point I've been talking for 2 minutes and 10 seconds. I haven't gotten into that part of it yet. So that's a goal. That's not actually set in stone, but that is my goal. So with that said, um, welcome to the latest Mikey Goes to the Movies. I wish I had time to do 5 individual videos for these 10 movies, but unfortunately, between work circumstance and family circumstances, I really don't. So I'm gonna do what I can and get these done now, and I hope you guys enjoy these. And so another thing I want to let you guys know is so that I didn't forget which movies I had watched and which movies I wanted to cover in this review. Probably can't see that, but I wrote them all down. Um, there's 10 of them on the list. We've got Mr. Holmes, Hitman, War Room, Heist, Inside Out, Wild Hogs, The Sessions, The Walk, Christine, and Schindler's List. I may not review them in that order, but that's just the way I wrote them down. I'm actually going to start with Schindler's List, which is the last one on the list here. I'm not going to go too much into what this is about because most people have seen this and know of its greatness. One of Steven Spielberg's best movies ever, I think. And if you haven't seen it, you need to. I would recommend it for anybody that hasn't seen it for sure. And I think if you're teaching a history class, if you're a teacher and you're teaching a history class, you might want to think about using this as part of your curriculum. One of those or 2 of those movie days, and just kind of tell people, because I know when I used to roll into a classroom and see the TV, I think, oh boy, nap time, see ya. So you would want to warn people you don't want to take a nap with this, because you can learn from this. So that's going to get definitely 5 movies out of 5, and the highest recommendation, watch it, learn from it, and we've come a long way since those times. So yeah, that's Schindler's List. Next, I'm going to go ahead and do Christine, because I accidentally scratched it off and didn't mean to. Now, this is based on a Stephen King book, and again, If you haven't seen it, you should. Um, I thought the book was better than the movie, but as with most books, the books usually do tend to be better. The movie was okay, was good, but it wouldn't like blow me away great. You know, what can you say? It's an evil car, pretty much. You know, it's straight out of mind of Stephen King, and because it's based on a Stephen King book, I'm gonna go ahead and give the Christine 3.5 wheelies, and um, I'm giving it 3.5 wheelies is because you know, and again, this is just my anal retentiveness. While the special features on the Blu-ray were good, I would have liked to have seen an interview with Stephen King, you know, comparing the book to the movie. Um, but you know, that's just me. But because I really would have liked to have seen that, I'm gonna give it 3.5 wheelies. But the movie's still good. You should still see it. Let's see what else. What do I want to do next? Next we're gonna do Wild Hogs. Now this is a movie I saw when it was in the theaters. It is Tim Allen, William H. Macy, um, John Travolta, and Martin Lawrence. Um, you know, they're three married guys and one single nerdy guy, trying to relive their youth, and like they call themselves Wild Hog. They think they're like a motorcycle gang. They call themselves Wild Hog. You know, they get together and you know try to forget about like their individual lives. Well, you know, and then you know they end up going on this like cross country trip and um, running into like this real biker gang, and they have to come in and like you know they save this town from like this biker gang unwittingly, and it's a real cute movie. It's one of the it's better than I thought it was gonna be when I first saw it in a theater. Definitely, I would recommend it if you haven't seen it to see it. We're going to give out 4 wheelies. Again, that's William H. Macy, Martin Lawrence, John Travolta, and Tim Allen. So, let's see. The Walk is going to be next, and this is based on a true story. I did not know about this before I saw the movie. I had just seen the previews and decided, hey, I want to get this when it comes out. And I ended up really liking it. It's based on this French guy that when the Twin Towers in New York City were first being built in 1974, saw them in a magazine and said, hey, I want to wire walk across the towers. And he does this, but the prep and stuff for this is kind of like a heist movie because he didn't have permission to do it, and he ended up getting arrested for it. But seeing everything that he went through to try to get this done and to become a wire walker and stuff was interesting to me. Definitely, it's worth seeing. Gonna go ahead and give this one 3.5 wheelies. Worth seeing. It's not the best movie I've ever seen, but it's definitely not the worst movie I've ever seen. So that's The Walk. And next I'm going to do Inside Out, which is a cute kids movie. It's basically the Pixar movie making. It's basically Pixar making a movie about what goes on in an 11-year-old child's mind and like the different emotions that they go through at that age. You know, I thought it was really well done. Most Pixar films are really well done. It was an interesting take though. I thought the you know, the play on the like four main emotions, anger, sadness, joy, and fear, um, was really well done. And the special features on that disc were awesome. It was loaded with like hours of special stuff. So it actually came with, it was a 3-disc edition with the 2 discs of Blu-ray. One was the movie, one was special features, and then the DVD, of course. But that's definitely a good kids movie. If anybody has kids and looking for a movie to watch, awesome movie. Can't go wrong. It's an hour and a half, so it'll keep a kid's attention span, and definitely worth checking out. And I'm gonna go ahead and give that one 4 wheelies out of 5. Okay, next, what I want to do. Hitman. I'm gonna do Hitman Agent 47 next because, well, I can. And Hitman Agent 47. This was a movie made out of the video game that used to be real popular. And I saw the original Hitman movie that was made on the video game years back, and that was pretty good. This one was okay. It was not a cinematic masterpiece by any means. It was just real cheesy. It's basically the same thing as the first Hitman movie. And I liked the first Hitman movie, but then again, that was because it was the first of its kind. Having basically the same movie come out, like 10 years apart, I'm going to go ahead and give this 2.5 wheelies, because it's basically the same movie, just with different people. So that's Hitman Agent 47. Next, I'm going to go ahead and do War Room. Now this is a movie that is kind of it's a religious based movie, but it is made based around the power of prayer. And it kind of hit me because I watched this as all this work and life stuff was starting to hit me, and it was, the irony of it was not lost on me, that if you pray about it and stuff like that, God provides. That provision may be slow, but He does provide. So it's definitely, if you're into that kind of stuff, into those kind of movies, definitely worth checking out. I see what all the hype was about and how, why it was so critically acclaimed, but, and the irony of it, of the timing of my watching it, wasn't lost on me either. I'm going to go ahead and give it 4.5 wheelies. Taking off a half a wheelie just because I can't give everything 5 wheelies, so I'm going to go ahead and give it 4.5 wheelies, and tell you, if you got a chance to check it out, just do it. I think even people that aren't religious, and I don't consider myself overly religious, I can get something out of it, so it's definitely worth checking out if you have the time. So that is War Room. Next is going to be Mr. Holmes. Now this is a movie that I was told was great by my mentor, Mr. Chad Arms, who had this in one of his previous videos on YouTube. And then when I said I was watching it for review, Becca actually said I really love this movie. So that kind of made me even more, excited to watch it. And I thought it was awesome movie, man. I thought it was really well done because it was done as if Holmes was an actual real person and wasn't a wasn't a fictional character. Um, he basically, um, you know, takes this, takes his maid's son, who is made is played by Laura Linney, and takes her son under his wing, and they go to try to solve a case that after forever many years he hasn't been able to solve. And they get real close, and like he becomes kind of a mentor to the kid, and just awesome that way. I thought it was interesting that Ian McKellen said in all of his time in acting, this is the one character he'd always wanted to play that he had never played. So I was glad to see his interpretation of Sherlock Holmes. And definitely it's worth seeing. I'm going to give this one 4 reasons out of 5. And to Becca, baby girl, you're right. You should see it if you haven't, and if you have seen it, definitely you should watch it again. What's next? Heist with De Niro, Dave Bautista, Gina Carano, Kate Bosworth, and there's one other guy on there that I can't remember, and I'm too shaky right now to get down and grab the box and take a look. Oh, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Okay. This is basically the bank job. If you've seen that one, meets Speed. Because Jeffrey Dean Morgan's character asks his boss for, money to cover his sick child's treatment. Boss says no, and Jeffrey Dean Morgan ends up stealing from him, then hijacking a bus, and they go from there. So it's basically the bank job meets Speed. It's a good action movie, good action. It's a good heist movie. I liked it. Again, not the best movie I've ever seen, but it's not the worst. And so it's definitely worth checking out if you haven't. It's probably just a one watcher for me though, to be honest with you. So I'm gonna give it 3 really out of 5. And that's gonna leave us with The Sessions. Now this is a movie that's based on a true story. That was it's based on a dude that has a he wasn't paralyzed, but because he had polio, he had very, very limited movement, and so he had never experienced like sex and all that good stuff. So he talks to his priest, about, do you think, God would be okay with me, finding a sexual surrogate to explore all these things? And after, some counsel and stuff, he kind of says, yeah, I think big guy will give you a pass on this one. So then, like, Helen Hunt's character comes in the movie, and she's playing the sexual surrogate, that is trying to, help this guy. And I relate to this guy because he fell in love seemed like it sounded like it was very easy. So I kind of relate to him in that way. Um, because he had some kind of love for everybody that took care of him, even though it wasn't really ever reciprocated, easy for me to say, in quite the same way. Um, but it's definitely worth a movie worth watching. I didn't even know it existed until I was just browsing Amazon one day, and I saw it and I didn't think anything of it. And then I went to watch another movie, and the trailer was on that movie. I can't remember what movie it was, but the trailer on it, like, I just saw that on Amazon. And so I went, and it was still $7.99. So I picked it up and I watched it, and I loved it. I'm gonna go ahead and give it 5 wheelies because it is based on true story, and I like that kind of stuff. And I think you'd be doing yourself a disservice if you didn't try to find this movie to watch it. It's an interesting story for sure, and I think just about everybody would get something out of it. It's a relatable story. At least it was to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it 5 wheelies and tell you all to see it. And wow, that's it. 10 movies, and I did it in 22 minutes. So wow, that was quicker than I thought. I thought it was gonna be like 40. But 10 movies in 22 minutes. Thanks for listening. That's my 10 reviews. Don't know when I'll be back with another review, and I also want to drop on Mikey's library at some point, because I've been meaning to do that as well, but again, because of the circumstances that are currently inhabiting my life, don't know when that's going to happen, and I don't know when the next Mikey Goes to the Movies is going to come, and I don't know how many movies are going to be involved in that. Hopefully things will start to slow down here in a little bit, because I don't know how much more of this shit I can take. But I'll do another video at some point, letting you guys know about all the stuff that's going on the home front, kind of fill in some of those blanks. And so thank you for watching. Thanks for the support. Thanks for fostering the creativity, and thanks for any kind words that you have sent my way. People that know what's going on, I appreciate it. And like I said, I will do another video letting everybody know what's going on sometime soon. I'm hoping to be able to do that Saturday, maybe. But if not, it'll definitely be. I'm off on Monday. If I don't do it Saturday, I'll definitely do it Monday. Because I'm off Monday because of the holiday. So, but yeah, for now, I'm gonna say I love y'all. Thank y'all for everything, and peace.